Hello again. I read a paper a few years ago. I can't read. The details are going to be sketchy on this, but I remember reading it. I didn't imagine it, I don't think, or dream it. But I read a paper by an academician. Probably I think he was from Yale. Very bright young man, just PhD at 21, just, streets ahead of his time. And he'd come up with this theory that you could tell an awful lot about a person by their front door, sociologically speaking. Just the appearance of the door, the style of the numbers, the colour they chose. If people had any say in their front door, it was found, because a lot of people don't have a say in their front door. You move into an apartment, your front door looks like it does, and then you move out the apartment, it still looks the fucking same. But for those who have customised, you can tell an awful lot, and you can put them into categories, and it's now being used in AI and stuff to feed the algorithm with assumptions about people's behaviour and so on and so forth. With that in mind, I thought I'd show you mine. Because I read the paper a few years ago and I thought, oh, that's mildly interesting, but I've kind of had it in the back of my mind ever since. So when I visit a person for the first time, someone I've not met before, or, if I visit a house or a building or a meeting or whatever, I always take in the front door. What does the front door, even a cathedral, and I visit a lot of cathedrals, I'll be putting pictures up, Carly's cathedral tours, I love a cathedral. I did 2 in Japan. And I've done all the British ones, I think. And there are videos, but you've got to be quiet. I can't do audio. So what I'll have to do is put the videos up and then do an overlay track. As I've said, I haven't decided if I'm going to be bothered to learn any editing stuff. So if I do, then I don't know. I'll probably Carly's cathedral tours. I love a cathedral. Spend more time in cathedrals if you can. They're just awesome spaces. So yeah, come and look at my front door. I'm going to turn the camera around, he says, confidently, like he knows what he's doing. But I'm sure there was a camera turnaround button there earlier, and now it's gone. It'd be YouTube again. Right, how do I turn the camera around? This is very distressing. I've found that YouTube has the most complicated ways of doing anything. Normally my camera would just turn around, and now it won't. What we can do, I know I'd cut and start another video, so I'll just try and, can I twivel this? Yeah, it twivels. Okay, I'm just going to twivel it and point it. So, that's the wood burner, that's the baby. I'll be sitting around there till October each evening. I like to spend my nights outside on the deck underneath the shelter there because of the chemtrails. I don't want all that landing on me. So I used to sit outside, but I'll wait until the chemtrails, they'll take a while. They do them, that's 10,000 feet up. It'll take a while to come down to Earth. So by the time they land, I want to be under there so they don't land on me. Yeah, front door. Look, see? I'm perfectly normal. Doesn't everybody's front door look like this? Right, if your front door doesn't look like that by now, maybe it should. So everyone who comes to visit me gets a whole dose of freedom. That caravan's going. Ugh, what a pain in the neck that's been. Got dumped here by someone, and then the tyres were gone, so I've had to replace that tyre. And I've got the other one up on the other side. There's the boggaroo. That's my toilet. And yeah, I had to. What a job. Took me so long. I can't even tell you how long it took me to get those nuts off. It was 2 days. 2 days of just working, trying to get one tyre off wheel. This is the board. So this is a pinnace. Pin. Ace. I love ace. Ace is one of my favourite words. We think it's around 1840s. It's hard to tell. But it's a steam vessel. This is a steam tender. This would have gone out. This is the late 18th century after steam was invented, but when most ships were still sail. The admiral and the captain would go out on, to visit the ship and make sure it was ship shape and Bristol fashion. And they'd go on a navy pinnace And when steam came in, rather than having 8 guys rowing you out there, as they had previously, you'd have 2 old farts tending a fire, and all the glorious good would sit in the prow and go, yeah, this is very lovely. Also having a nice cup of tea, because you could boil a kettle on the top. Luxury, 200 years ago. So we're restoring it. That's not the new keel. This is what we call not the new keel, because that is just a measuring stick and trying to promote a little bit of harmony. The new timber for this one, this is the first boat I've ever restored. I've had to buy the big book of wooden boat restoration. But here's the timber that we're using. We're using this. It's sapele. Really heavy, really dense. So it was oak originally, but I can't get decent oak for anything other than silly money. So I've got to build the keel now. So this is all the timber for the keel. This is the greenhouse with lots of thistles and oh, black bryony. What we got? We got so many wild plants. Ash in the corner. How did they manage to survive when nothing else can? Nature finds a way, doesn't it? Right, so what was I supposed to show? Just the front door, really. I might go and have a walk down to the burial ground. Now I've got you on reverse and you're just in front of me, and you don't have to look at my ugly, grisly face. Let's go for a walk. So I've got to go check on what the lads and lassies have done earlier. I had staff in, but I was out on my drawing course. I'm learning how to draw. Don't laugh. Anyone who knows me would laugh. I'm rubbish at picturing. No one ever knows what I draw. I've never been able to draw. I was lucky enough to keep breaking my arms as a kid, so I was always in a cast. So I never got to learn how to draw. I never got to learn how to write. If you see my handwriting, it's just a mess. And it's because I just kept breaking my arms. And so like, I broke my right arm and then learned pretty much how to draw with my left. And then I broke my left arm. And I switched back to the right arm and then broke that. It was a nightmare. So if you've ever got a letter from me, I loved it when computers came in. No one could read my handwriting, but I can type. Nah, I benefited as a child, late 80s when I left school. I remember Mr. Cox, my form tutor, and he said to me, "Carl, is this your bestest writing?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "No." And he got a bit of paper and he said, "Look, bearing in mind I'm 16 at this time," he said, "Write this sentence for me on a bit of paper." So I did. He went, "Is that the best writing you've got?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "It looks like a 4-year-old's." I said, "Well, fucking thanks for the support, Mr. Cox." But I'd missed all those lessons because I was in hospital with broken arms, then couldn't bloody join in. Anyway, got all this to move tomorrow, a load of infected ash. Oh well, we'll get around to it. Just want to check this grave. We've got a burial on Wednesday. And still doing the frame for the new boggery. Welcome to Long Wood. And then there's a grave down there. I think it's down at the bottom on the left. We started digging. There are all the greens and stuff. This is the pet area where all the dogs are buried. Over there's where all the cats are buried. Don't ask. The cat people don't want their cats buried with the dog people, and even after they're still playing Tom and Jerry, even after death. Right, where is it? Must be around here somewhere. It's over there. It's gotta be. Oh, fuzzy. Oh, I know, raven. Where the hell is it? No, it's down here someplace. Oh, that hornbeam's looking good. Tell you what, I was worried about them for a while. They didn't get going. Now they've started. There we go. And then it started to take off. Oh, look at the blossom on that apple. Look at that. Ooh, baby. Now that's what I'd call blossom. It's going to be a good year for all fruits, I reckon. The amount of blossom, because we've had no wind, the blossom's staying on the trees longer. The longer it's on the tree, the more chance the bees have got to get to it and pollinate it. So I reckon cherries, apples, because it's been really still, we've had hardly any wind. So the blossom's just sat there. I mean, you can just see it starting to fall now. It's just like snowflakes. But one strong wind, all that's off, and that's it. The bees can't find it, and you get fewer cherries and apples and pears and all the dropes. But this is going to be a bumper crop. And I saw this in Japan as well. Same over there. Best cherry year for 100 years. Sakura, they call it over there. Right. Have a look. A fighter. Oh, that's all right. Right, a foot. So we're not far down. That's not as deep as we'll go. We'll go a little bit deeper than that. And yeah, the calmness of the grave, the peace of the grave. And the person will just be buried here. Worst places to end up, really. Lovely hornbeam. This hornbeam. It's my favourite tree. And yeah, nice field maple there. And we've just done a load of work in here. We've been doing a lot of forestry over the winter, so yeah, it's feeling good. It's a nice area. I like this bit of the wood. I love that apple. Get that. So gorgeous. Look. And if you could smell, if we had smelly vision, it's unbelievable. The bees have all gone to bed, otherwise you'd just be hearing this buzz. They've all gone to bed now, they've done their bit. There's one or two about, but they're all just about going home now. Can't blame them, been busy bees. Anyway, I think that's everything I need to show you. Lovely evening. Take care, guys. Subscribe. I always say this at the end, I love it. Subscribe, like, comment and share, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop.